Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's Paco. Hope y'all checked out my last two videos I just dropped about Dr. Sebi's products. I definitely recommend that, and the food that he recommends to eat. I've been doing it for a few weeks now, and I can already feel my body feel a difference. My mind, I just feel so enlightened. I just feel blessed, basically. And what I want to talk about is what also Dr. Sebi has spoke about in many of his speeches, and that's God. You know, um, Definitely not here to offend anybody, whether you're atheist, Christian, Catholic, Muslim, whatever. I look at the person you are on the inside, just like you should look at me about the person I am on the inside, not my lifestyle, not who I worship, who I pray to. But I just want to speak on the enlightenment that I've gotten over a couple of years, listening to people like Dr. Sebi and what I believe, and hopefully I can enlighten someone and bless someone. First, I think we need to ask ourselves, what's the definition of God? Or what do we all mean when we say God? I think a lot of us, and I think I'm safe in saying this, is that if you ask people who they think God is, what is it they would most likely say? God is a spirit or entity or a power that's around us or in the sky or in the heavens. And he's an all-loving God. He's an all perfect God. Cares about everyone, loves everyone, wants to bless everyone. I think I'm safe in saying that everybody believes God is pretty much a good spirit, good power that rules over everything, power over everything. In that case, I would have to, if that's the definition of God, I would have to say that I don't believe in God then. That I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe I am atheist, I don't believe in God. But I pretty much look at God in a different definition, in a different term. Um, I view that all of us are God, or better yet, all of us have God within us. The higher power to me is the sun. So in essence, in a sense, the sun is God. The stars, the plants, the trees, the leaves, the herbs we eat, the food that is meant for our body that we eat, the oils that I put on my skin, on my face, that come from the ground. To me, that's God. Now, a lot of people, especially people that I grew up with, Christians, they'll say, well, God created all that stuff. My problem, to me, I don't look at it like that. I look at it like that is God. That's him in his form, blessing me. You know what I'm saying? So when I rub olive oil on my skin, I tell somebody at my job, so I'm putting God on me right now. You know what I'm saying? This is God. He's blessing me. When I eat oranges, fruits, vegetables, to me that's God. You know what I'm saying? That I'm putting in me. Um, when I was growing up, I was raised in the church, raised to believe in Jesus. I was saved. I was speaking in tongues. And I'm not going to say that I don't believe all of that wasn't real or the energy I felt wasn't real. But when I think back on it now and I talk to Christians now, especially my mother, because to this day, she Jesus all day, I tell them, I said, it's not that I don't believe you guys feel what you're saying or you feel like you're talking to someone. I just don't believe it's God. You know, Ask yourself, if you go into a church and you see somebody running down the aisle, screaming, praise Jesus, and they're dancing, and everybody's feeling the energy. It's not that there ain't an energy there, but is it really God? Would you really be dancing if that organ was going for an hour long? Would you really be screaming God's name and shaking and speaking in tongues if the same choir wasn't singing over and over and everybody didn't come together and form an energy, put their hands on you? You see what I'm saying? To me, it's an energy, and that's all it is. I used to ask my mother when I was young, I said, Mom, I love being at the altar. I love the feeling I get. But as soon as I walk out of the church doors, it's like it's all gone. It's like he's not even there no more. And I couldn't understand that. So now, this is the blessing that I've gotten and how I view it now. And hopefully, this will enlighten you. Um, to me, we are all God. The sun, if I was to pray to somebody, the higher being is the sun. So people say, well, God created the sun. Well, I don't know that. I don't know who created it. Don't know where it came from. But I do know this. Every morning that I wake up, that sun rises, and I can't explain why, but it does. And when it rises, it gives life to me. It gives life to the plants, to the other animals, to the birds, everything around. Now, in that sense, what would the sun be without us? So you get what I'm saying? Without the sun, we can't breathe and live. Without us, the sun has no reason to rise. Feel what I'm saying? So in essence, to me, I look at it like we are all God. We are all in this cycle where without the trees there, I won't have the herbs to heal me. Without me being here to take the herbs, the tree has no reason to live, to raise. Without the sun rising, I can't live. You know what I'm saying? My food can't grow. And without me eating the food that grows from the sun has no reason to rise. So that's how I look at it. And we are all here. Now, another question that Christians or maybe all the people are asked by sinners or people outside of religion. Why is the world the way it is? Why are kids starving? Why are people getting bombed in Iraq and Gaza and Afghanistan and Pakistan? Why is the world the way it is if there's an all-loving God? That's a problem that I used to have. Until this day, I still have that problem. Well, maybe not to this day, but I used to always have that problem. I asked my mother, like, how can you say you praise God, but all these things are happening? He's not. If he's all loving, why is he allowing all this to happen? So the way that I've been given the answer, and I think the answer's been given to me from the sun and from the plants and from the wisdom I believe that comes from the food that I've been eating, and also the organic food I've eaten in the past till now. The answer that I've come up with has given me peace, and the answer is this. So I told my mother, I have a problem if I believe God is in the sky or he's a spirit. I have a problem because then I want to know why that spirit, if he's powerful, why isn't he correcting what's going on in the world? Why isn't he stopping the evilness, all the bad people, the politicians, all the corruption? But see, when you look at the sun, the plants, yourself, the ground, the grass, when you look at everything as God, you can be at peace. You know why? Because you don't need to ask the sun, why are you not stopping the bombs in Iraq? You don't need to ask the plants that. You don't need to ask the ground that. You know what I'm saying? Or the other animals that God created. Instead, what the sun, I believe, is telling us or telling me through his power is that I rise every day. Every morning I rise and I give you life through the plants that I grow, that I allow to grow, to feed you and heal you so you can bring the God out of you and you go change it. And not call on some other power that you can't see or that you think is there to go and change it. And see, with that, I'm at peace. Believing there's a power somewhere, I'm not at peace because I don't want to know why that power ain't taking care of everything. But to know there's a power out there that feeds me and makes me stronger, it will grow and bring the God out of me so I can go and I can preach to others, show them the truth, show them how to eat like Dr. Sebi's doing. In essence, we can heal each other. So instead of looking at some God to take care of the problem, no, we are all God and we're all going to take care of the problem together. And so that's a part that I wanted to share with everyone. And there's also more into it that I wanted to go to, and I guess I'll do a part 2 video. And I hope I'm making sense. I know at first it might sound crazy, the sun talking to you and the plants and all that. And maybe you have to be eating the food that I'm eating right now to feel what I'm saying. But anybody out there that kind of understands what I'm saying or may have thought the same thing, you can't explain the peace that you have. You know what I'm saying? You can't explain that. Unfortunately, I just don't feel like I could ever be happy knowing that people are dying in Iraq, people are being tortured in Guantanamo, and things like that. I don't think I could ever be happy, but I could be at peace knowing that people like me are doing what we can to change it and to bring the God out of other people. I'm going to go and leave it right there. I'll jump to the next video, do a part 2. I really hope it's been somewhat interesting and enlightening. Obviously, this is to raise topic, raise discussion. So I really would love to hear other people's views. Again, I'm not here to talk down on anybody, look down on no one. It's nothing like that. We are all equal. I just think that we should all question and not just be foolish to believe everything we've been told. So I'll see y'all next video.